Latest edition of Extra Time. Got a full house tonight. LA, Don and Stewart Robson here. First question, why didn't Don join the guys in LA instead of being stuck in a hotel room in Bristol?
That's a good question.
It's a great question. I couldn't fit it into my schedule, Kay. I was on holiday last week with a family. Then I'm here for 5 or 6 days. Then I'm away with Jason McAteer playing golf in Portrush and Port Stewart and Ireland. So it was bad planning from my point of view. I wish I could bin Jason off.
You wanted to be with us though, didn't you?
I did.
I don't think he did.
That seemed like an afterthought.
Yeah. I didn't think of it. Well, I would have done. But I booked the golf trip with a couple of pals. Now I wish I could get out of it.
Let's get it true. You came here and you thought there's going to be loads of guys here. I can go out every night.
No, I didn't.
With
No, I'm very professional.
West Hartford, it's going to be great.
No.
And you realised there was no one there with you.
You don't know me at all. I'm quite happy with my own thoughts and my own.
That's why you go on Twitter and tell everybody else about
I'm
it.
happy in my own headspace.
Well, there's a lot of space there.
I'm very good company for myself.
I would love to see what's going on in there, Don. All right. Do you know what? Everybody always says this as well, like in your hotel room in Bristol, but they forget there's the bustling West Hartford where most of you guys...
Restaurants, man, are amazing. I didn't realise there was a cheesecake factory 20 seconds from the hotel. And I've not been in.
Restaurants, you pick the cheesecake factory. No offence or anything.
Hey, nothing wrong with the cheesecake factory.
Oh, nothing wrong.
Plenty of options to eat
Plenty of
at
options
Cheesecake
in West
Factory.
Hartford as well, other than that. But yeah. What he's actually letting our producers know, though, that he does have that time free, that he's playing golf. So if they really did need him, maybe he could answer that call.
100%.
All right, OK. Robbo.
99%.
Robbo, you've played at both Arsenal and West Ham in London. Were there any major differences between the two? And do you think Declan Rice will need a bedding-in period to play as well as we know he can?
Well, Declan Rice is probably going the right way. When I was at Arsenal, and we had a very good coach in Don Howe, a very good, I would say, session coach, and everything was disciplined and everything was done to the letter of the law, and you had to be working hard every day. I thought the same would happen when I went to West Ham. It wasn't quite the same. The first session we were doing weights, there was snowing outside, we were doing weights, and I was doing as hard as I could do. I looked around the rest of the room, and when the coach wasn't looking, they all stopped, and then when he looked, they all started doing them again. And that's what West Ham were at that time. They were an ill-disciplined club. The training was technical, but not tactical. They didn't work on the defensive side of the game, so it was a major upheaval when I went there.
He'll have no time acclimatising to Arsenal.
You don't think?
Not at all. He'll be game ready 1 or 2 games in.
Do you agree?
Oh, Declan Rice will be a fantastic signing for Arsenal. He'd be brilliant for him.
OK. Ale, with your son heading off to play college soccer soon, what words of wisdom will you share with him? What was your college experience like?
The first thing I would say, make good decisions. And I mean, make good decisions. We brought you up right, make good decisions. College in this country allows you to be whatever you want to be and allows you to make of that experience whatever you want it to be. If you put in the work and you put your head in the books when you need to, and you prepare yourself for the soccer season appropriately, and you show up for preseason ready to go, then you'll have a great time. You can also have a great time without doing all of those things, but you're not allowed to do that, Alejandro. Make good decisions.
Don, you know that you can have a great time without doing all of those things too.
Yeah, so I'm intrigued on when you're in college, to get to the highest level of football, do you need to do the academic side as well? Or at a certain point, does that go to one side?
You need to do the academic side in order to stay eligible to play for the soccer team or whatever the team may be.
I'm not sure I'd have a future.
You wouldn't.
You gave up school at 11, didn't you?
Yeah.
But would you have liked that opportunity had you grown up here?
To do what?
To have done it this way, the way they do it.
I think so, but I would have struggled in school. Like, I'd like to think when I played the game, I was quite smart on the pitch. But anything to do with being in school, I got bored. I had no time for it. I wanted to play sports.
Now they would call it ADHD, wouldn't they, rather than...
No, which is I had no time to learn.
Would you have liked it, Robbo?
I would have done, yeah. I quite liked studying. I wasn't great at it, but I liked studying, the discipline of it, and then doing the sports, the other side of it. I played a lot of cricket, a lot of football. I loved it. But, yeah, I could have done that.
See, I was the kid in school that would be constantly looking out the window and watching the girls playing round us, watching the boys playing football, and all of a sudden the teacher would throw a rubber straight off the top of my head. A razor straight off the top of my head. Hutchison, you're not paying attention. See, I was watching the boys playing football. I was watching the girls playing round us. I couldn't put my head in the books. I couldn't have time.
It's an eraser.
And why am I not surprised? I'm not
Don.
surprised at all that this is the case.
But listen, he did all right for himself.
There you go, see?
No, they're different paths. But what I would say about college sports in general is that it gives you the opportunity to be a more well-rounded person that is prepared.
More well-rounded than Donna, you're saying?
A more well-rounded person.
Yeah.
So that if indeed your athletic endeavor doesn't reach the levels that you want it to reach, you are prepared at the very least to face the rest of your life with a backdrop of knowledge that you wouldn't have otherwise.
Because the dropout rate, when you look at the youngsters that don't make it in England and playing football, the dropout rate and what they do after that is quite scary.
Yeah, we're all going to be supporting you.
Yeah, that's right. Make good decisions.
Make good decisions as well.
Live your life.
Live
your life.
We can.
Ignore him. Have a good time.
No, have a good time. Make good decisions.
They're both sat here right now, so you know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Okay. Kay's hot sauce face. I like that one. All right. For all, particularly Kay, with the US women's national team kicking off their World Cup tonight, do you get tired of watching them win the tournament, a la Bayern, PSG, Juve and others winning the domestic leagues? Who would you rather see win this year's tournament? Well, I never get tired of watching them win because they're obviously brilliant and they always have that winning mentality as well. They always think they're going to win. But it's probably a silly question to ask who would I rather see win this tournament.
So you're on the fence. You're on the fence.
But is there an answer there? Okay, because see, you need to answer the
I don't
question.
get tired of watching them win because I think they're absolutely brilliant. And I love the fact that even when there is this element of uncertainty going into this World Cup, you ask anyone
But you'd like to see England win, wouldn't you?
National team, they all think they're going to win it.
You'd like to see England.
Of course I would.
Okay, so the answer is England.
England.
Or Italy.
Or Italy.
Yeah.
Although, no, I'm a British American now. So it's got to
or America.
Yeah, or America, or the US.
But the answer is England.
That's England.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Don, start, bench or drop. The Derby della Madonnina, the Old Firm Derby and the Merseyside Derby.
My days. What a question that is.
If you had gone to college, you would know the answer.
Would I? I'm never dropping the Merseyside Derby.
Does
So-
it start?
Yes. I'm starting Merseyside Derby.
Donato?
I know, I'm sorry. Benching Madonnina and dropping the Old Firm.
That's in your country, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you all know what Don's
Didn't think
Twitter
that.
account is.
If I'd
He's
have went to
very
school, I'd
active
have
on
answered
there.
that better.
He wants to get rid of Celtic Rangers.
If I had went to school, I would have thought a better answer than that.
Celtic and Rangers fans, let Don know how
Well, I
to feel
can't
on
drop the
Twitter.
Merseyside
That's
Derby.
the
I haven't
answer.
played in it. I played for both clubs. I can't drop that.
But I thought you were so in love with your trip to Milan.
I am. That's why I've got them second.
Second best.
And then you turn your back on your country.
Yeah.
That's all right. I can deal
Can't
with
believe you.
Oh, wow.
Can't believe you. You can clone one player 10 times. Which single player would make the best entire team? What a question.
that. Great question.
Yeah.
Dear. I'm going to go with Johan Cruyff. He had everything. He could have played as a centre-half, he could have played as a right-back, he could have played as a centre-forward. He was an all-round great player. So I'm going to
go left field. Zlatan. Zlatan in goal, 6'4". Zlatan up front, goals, 6'4". Basically, 6'4", all over the pitch. Attitude, ego, ability.
He'd be able to argue with himself, wouldn't he?
Yeah, Zlatan. Because you couldn't have 11 Messis, could you?
No, you couldn't.
No.
So that's not my pick, though.
No, I'm just saying.
It seems like you're
I'm
beating the witness
I'm trying to convince myself that Zlatan was a good answer.
Yeah, sure. Believe in whatever you want to believe, Don. He's 6'4".
You like Johan Cruyff, though, didn't you? I can see you nodding.
Yeah,
Zlatan beat him.
If I'm going to go sort of old school, I'd say Beckenbauer.
Yeah.
I think gives a lot of the things that Robert was talking about. If I'm going to go current player, it has to be the profile of a player who has a lot of back and forth in him and flexibility to his game. So I'm going to say Fede Valverde on a current player. A guy that can get up and down the field, that is going to defend, that has passing range, that can shoot from distance. That may be the profile of player.
In a league of three there, Kay, in a league of three, 1, 2, 3. Who comes top there? Valverde, Cruyff, Zlatan.
1, 2, 3.
What?
Yeah.
Cruyff beats Zlatan.
I was going to pick up on something, though, that you were also talking about upstairs, seeing as though that's been part of the theme of our show, seeing as though Valverde was mentioned. Who's he better than?
Oh, dear me. I need K in my life.
You said...
Yeah, but I need the snitch in my life.
What did you say, Don? What did you say? Share with the people.
I said I might be in the minority, but I think Valverde is better than Jude Bellingham.
Okay.
And that graphic we saw earlier on, I think Valverde will play on the right-hand side and Bellingham will play in right midfield.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks for that.
Thanks for that. For Don, seeing that you spent 1,000 on Wi-Fi, how much would you pay to watch Messi in MLS? I've seen tickets go for up to 5,000.
I'm not paying $5,000. I'd pay $1,000.
$1,000 to watch him?
Yeah, in a top level game.
Right.
Not in a friendly. $1,000.
Even if you knew he wasn't starting?
No, nothing. Zero. He's on the bench, I'm not paying.
All right.
Which, by the way, may be the attitude that some people are taking. It's like, okay, but he's going to play, right?
Yeah.
Because they're showing up to, this is no disrespect to anybody else at Inter Miami, but they're not showing up to watch DeAndre Yedlin. They're showing up to watch Lionel Messi. And if he's not on the field, I can guarantee you, people sit on their seats and they're going to go, well, he's not playing? And then you look at what you pay for the ticket, and then the second guessing begins.
Yeah. We will see. Time will tell. I think that's it. I think that's all of the questions for tonight's Extra Time, unless any more pop up. That's all I've got. Yep, we'll be back tomorrow to do it all over again.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.